again. We're back, and today we're talking about HTML tags. But, so today we got the funny tags. We got non-semantic elements. You know the ones. Semantics. We don't want to get too semantic here. So we got non-semantic means they don't tell you what they do. If you have a tag and it says, for instance, div. What does div do? All div really does is just divide up your pages so that you can control it better. If you have a div, you can put a ID to it, and once you add the ID to it, you can attach JavaScript files, and the JavaScript files will mess with the div with the ID next to it, or a CSS file, and it will attach to the div that has the ID or class name, and you can adjust the way it looks without affecting any of the other stuff. It's kind of like how you would do a program class, and how a class shares all of its properties. Divs are very flexible. You can basically do just about anything and make an entire page of just divs. I wouldn't, but you could. And so that brings us to span. What is span? That's a good question. A span is basically an inline div. All it really does is the same thing a div does, but without messing with the layout of the page generally. You probably won't see this very often. It's not super crazy. Most people don't really use this. Or at least I haven't seen it very often. Maybe on older websites and stuff, but you will be using this a lot. A lot. If you make web pages, you're just gonna be using so many divs. They're all over the place. You might as well get used to it. So then we have semantic elements, which is, as described, the ones where they describe what they do. So some very common ones you'll see are head, header, footer, and nav. So head, for instance, that's where you put all your the link tags, the meta tags, and all the stuff that you don't really want people to see on the page itself, but you want Google to see it in the search engine, so that people can find your website. And also where you would put things like your title. Header is where you would put anything you really want to see at the top of the page. You technically don't have to do that, but you really should. It just helps for whatever, it helps for organization purposes. Same thing with footer, but at the bottom instead. And nav is where you put your nav bar, your navigation bar. Head, you don't want to confuse it with header. Don't do that. Anything placed between there does not show up on the page. At least not directly. You can find it in the inspector, but you won't see it. It's where you would put the fav icon or fav icon, title, any of the specific links, which are it's a different thing. We'll get to it in a second. Then there's head, and header. This one goes, as mentioned, at the top of the page. Generally, it doesn't always, but it's a header. It goes at the head of the page. That you put title, the actual title, not the one that shows up in the tab, but the one that shows up on the top of the page. That's where you put this, the actual title. do I like to put the nav bar here. You can put the nav bar like on the side and it'll be fine. But like I like to put it in the header. And everything that you type here will show up on the page unless specified otherwise. And then footer, it's header but at the bottom. You you just it's just header but at the bottom. Now, do you need to use these? No. You can kind of just like make a div for it, except for head. But like, you really should. It's good for organization purposes, and it's like if you don't, you might get lost later. And also, older like web browsers might not understand what you're trying to do correctly. Newer ones can kind of just guess, but like, you still should. So without these tags, they might not load correctly. This is the first web page on the internet. Uh, it actually does have divs and like I think lists, but that's it. The page is not might be like really hard to style correctly because you'd only have like at best divs. It might make the page look cluttered, and browsers just won't know. So the body, this is where you would put like everything you want to show up on the page that's not in the header and the footer. Basically, it's not main because main's its own thing, but if you want all of this to show up, it's where you would put like all the paragraphs if you had like a newsletter or something, all the paragraphs, all the images, all the videos, all the everything. You can only have one body element in a page. I mean, we only have one body, so you know. So some elements that you'd commonly put in the head are mentioned earlier, title. This one is different. If you type this in, it will not show up on your page. It will show up in the tab, and like I believe on search engines. Meta is where you put all the metadata. That's where you put stuff like the description of the website for search engines or any external links. You'd put like author information and all that other kind of stuff. Link is special. That one will link to specifically like other websites or files, but not in like a hyperlink way. Like these are not clickable links. You cannot click them. But they will link to specifically, I believe, like style sheets and stuff. Style, however, is that one's a bit messy. You apply that one, and it will change the style on the page, but I believe it overwrites any style sheets, cascading style sheets you have. So be careful with that one. And then script applies code to the page. It's JavaScript. I don't think you can change that. But that's if you want to add like JavaScript to the page, you would put that in. So some common elements you would put in the body, or header and footer if you felt like it. Div, we already went over div. You would definitely put div in. Headers 1 through 6. They're text header sizes, and they're generally used for headings, like for section headings or like paragraphs. P is for paragraph boxes. You would put just like any amount of text in the paragraph thing, and that's more for organization. You really don't have to, but you probably should. And then there's A, and I believe it actually stands stands for anchor. Mostly used for links. You can also use it for like you can use it for external links or hyperlinks, but you can also use it to link to the same part of the page. It's it's basically just like the do all one. Image is what it's just what it says, and video same thing. H1 through 6, an example. These are what H1 through 6 would kind of look like generally. The like H1 is the largest and H6 is the smallest. You can modify them and like change their size, but like if you leave them alone, that's what they look like. The paragraph is just the default text of the like entire page. You can modify it too to make it separate from like website text. It's just used for consistency, really. Images, you format it like this. You have the image, the source, link, which can either be like a location on the in the folder or like a location of just a different image, an external image to a different website. And then you have alt text, which you should always include alt text, because sometimes the image just won't load, and then how would you know what the image was supposed to be? And also, you should include alt text because not everyone can some people use screen readers, so like having alt text to describe what's supposed to be there will help anyone with a screen reader. And that's very important because if you have like a graph and you don't explain what's in that image for the graph, anyone who can't see it's going to just not know what you're trying to convey. And then we got like videos. It's formatted the same way as an image, but you can't put alt text. Don't worry about that. That's just my video explanation. And then A, it's anchor. It's formatted like you add the source. If you put text after it and then close it off with like /A, anything between here will act as a hyperlink. And you can use it to link to the same part of the page, which I believe to do that you'd need like the hashtag, and you might not. Some common like elements that you'd keep putting in the body because there's a lot of them. You have like these are all lists. So like the first one stands for unordered list, and that's for like bullet points. Ordered list would be like 1, 2, 3 or ABC. LI is list items, and that's what you put in the list. Then description lists are special because you have a description or a term for description, which is DT, and that would be like if you had a list of items that you wanted to describe, like I don't know, you'd have apple and it says like a red fruit, broccoli, and it would be, a green vegetable with a bushy top. And that's where you would put the description for the term. Like the apple would be in DT and a red fruit would be in DD. Now, this is about tags, but we're going to dip into CSS just a bit. It stands for Cascading Style Sheets, and it's used for applying designs to a page. You don't need anything for it to function because it's just a bunch of like properties, basically. You can make some really pretty things with just CSS. You really don't. If you know what you're doing, at least you don't need anything else. Some real common properties you'll see are like color, which will change the text color, background color, which changes the background, which if you apply that to the entire page, it'll change the entire page's color. If you apply it to an element itself, only the element's background will change. So, like, if you have a div, it'll only change the background of the div. You have border style, which is if you want to apply a border, text align, and display is the odd one because that one includes things like flex, grid, and flexbox. Um, that one, well, you'll get into much later. It's a whole deal. You can make an entire presentation on display by itself. But like, if you don't have CSS, this is a website I made. It's really basic. If it don't have CSS, it just kind of looks like this. It's really bland, and also the image is blown out because I can't adjust that. But with CSS, the image is no longer blown out. Things are spaced correctly. There's little borders you can see. It's not the prettiest, but like it's better than just leaving it like this. And then we got just a tiny bit into JavaScript because again with the script tag it leads into JavaScript. And it's what most of the web uses. It's way more advanced than like HTML and CSS. That's how you actually reach APIs, and you can edit the page after it loads. Because like with HTML and CSS, you cannot do that. At least as far as I know. Maybe they'll do it in the future. So you can like edit the page directly. Without it, like as soon as the page is done loading, that's what the page will look like. But with JavaScript, you can add things like buttons, and that's what like most default buttons, if not all of them, use to do anything on the website. You could kind of do it with like anchor links. I would not. I just would not. You can do it like anchor links and CSS. It's dangerous. Um, yeah, you can make like a layout that changes a button that like changes the layout or changes the page itself or links to a different place. I wouldn't use buttons specifically to do that, but I also wouldn't make buttons out of like I'd just leave it as like a nav bar thing, and not a button. And then you can't like reach APIs with HTML. You need JavaScript for that. So are there any questions? Well, thank you for listening.